How big a game is given that the 2 points for junior side?
No any different from any other week. Nah, just another week.
Craig leaving at St Johnstone now, what are you expecting from St Johnstone under him?
Just the same group of players that we've been played before this season. Nicky Clark's back, which is something that's obviously told in the last couple of games with his goals.
Could that make Saints more dangerous?
Anybody scoring goals makes anyone more dangerous, yes.
Prior to the defeat against Celtic last weekend, you had a run of 3 draws. How important is the win against St Johnstone?
You want to win every game that you go into. We've had a terrific week away from home in terms of how we played, even more so than getting 3 points.
You know how it feels to be battling at the bottom of the table and going to the wire like last season. How determined does that make you to ensure it doesn't happen again this year?
Just like everyone, we're trying to do the best we can and make sure that we get as high up the table as we can.
Team news?
Everyone's good.
Lovely,
thanks.
Just in terms of, obviously mentioned there about Levine coming back, what do you make of his return to Scottish football?
Yeah, just obviously the St Johnstone have changed. I feel really disappointed for Steve McLean actually. He's a good young Scottish coach and he's on his current pro licence at the moment, so known from the guys at the Scottish FA, he's doing well, and we need to keep producing good young Scottish coaches, and they need time, which I don't really think he's been given, and again you've just seen right away that a centre forward comes back into the team that's clearly a goal scorer, and has started scoring just the week after he leaves, so timing's important as well.
And just as well in terms of yourselves, what would you say your kind of current assessment is of the kind of current form of the team as well over the last, kind of game? Still very tight, I suppose, down at the across the whole league. But yeah, what would you say is the current assessment?
Yeah, I think it is tight. I think there's a lot of clubs. There's not a lot between a lot of clubs. We've just played we've actually been in 19 days straight. Actually, we've been at work 19 days straight, and a lot of games in among all that. Obviously, 5 games in among all that, and taking Celtic game apart, the 4 before that. I'm certainly reasonably happy with the way we're playing. I thought, considering the 3 away games, we've actually played well in them.
And a busy schedule coming up between now and the end of the year.
Very much so. Yeah, we've as I say, we've just come off the back of that busy little period there. We then have another international break, and then it's basically foot to the floor right through to January 2nd. And you look at the games that are involved between now and then. It's a testing schedule. Even that, you look at that kind of Christmas, New Year schedule. There's an extra wee game slid in there this year.
I asked Colin about it before, but I was just wanting to see what your perspective is of it. I mean, since the introduction of we're seeing players, having to play, up to 10 minutes after the 90-minute mark and whatnot. Do you think that's adding a kind of new mental pressure almost, as well as a physical one for players? Yeah.
I think it's the physical pressure more than anything. I think it's a byproduct of VAR, and it's something that I don't think's been thought through. You look at the amount of games we've got, the schedules we've got now involved, especially at the top end and European end, but and international footballers that are involved in that as well, where the amount of games they're playing. I generally don't think that whether it's IFAB or whether it's actually more localised and it's actually Scotland and we're talking about, I'm not sure they've actually thought the whole process right through to the end, where you're talking about a lot of minutes now being added to games, and the impact that's having physically on players who are already probably playing at a faster pace than they ever have with the way that modern sports science has gone, and how fit and strong players have to be playing at the top end, certainly in the robust nature, the frenetic nature of our league. That now you're adding upwards of 10 minutes on each half. I remember we were 12 minutes at the end of the season in the second half at Motherwell, which is quite phenomenal considering it was 45 minutes. 7 on Saturday in the second half. So yeah, something I think is going to have to be addressed. Well, look, thanks, Liam.
Looking at Saturday, Malky, if you win the game, you've got the table. If you lose the game, you're into the bottom two. There's quite a big swing, quite a lot at stake, by the looks of things.
No, I don't agree, Charles. You look at the league and you could say that about 8 teams at the moment, the exact same thing. So we're not any different from anyone else.
Looking at the fixtures that are coming up and the teams that you play, you've got Celtic out of the way now. Between now and Christmas, when you look on that, there's a lot of opportunity there to move up the table, given the opponents that you've got over the next couple of months.
No, because that would actually, I suppose, then gauge that I was actually taking teams lightly. That you know, in a couple of weeks' time we've got St Mirren, who are sitting third in the league right now and absolutely flying. So no, not particularly. Every team in this league should be treated with equal amount of respect that they carry, considering how anyone in any given day in this league can be beaten and can beat you.
Given that you're going away to play a team that's got a new manager, do you believe in the idea of the new manager bounce?
What is that? What's the new manager bounce, Charles?
The idea that a team's performance levels tend to be enhanced in the immediate aftermath of the appointment of a new manager.
How long is that supposed to last?
I don't know, I was just wondering what your thoughts on it were.
I don't know, it's your question, I'm not sure. No, I don't.
That's fine,
Cool.
thank you very much.
Thanks.